To make sure little Johnny wouldn't flunk another school year, his grandma, mom, and Aunt Mitzy promised him a special trip to the city. Why they chose to drop everything just for the boy's sake wasn't our concern. What mattered was that, bright and early, the three women, dressed in their finest, stood impatiently on the platform of their small-town station with Johnny, waiting for the express train to the capital. Truth be told, if you're going to a major national celebration, you'd better get a head start. Their train was due at North Station by 7:50 a.m. Johnny, fidgeting with impatience, scowled and demanded in his most commanding tone, "Grandma! Why isn't it here yet? I want it to come now." "It's coming, sweetheart. Any minute now," his grandmother reassured him, kissing his forehead and adjusting his hat. The boy was dressed in a sharp little sailor suit, complete with a straw, head bearing an embroidered ribbon, le formidable. Pinned beneath it was his train ticket, secured by Aunt Mitzy, because that's how proper gentlemen carry theirs. "Look how handsome he looks in his sailor outfit," Grandma cooed. "Mom, I told you it's not called a sailor outfit," Johnny corrected. "Oh? Then what is it?" "A sailor uniform." "Oh, call it whatever you like," Grandma huffed. "In my day, we just said sailor suit when this fashion first came in." "Ugh, you're both wrong," Johnny cut in. "It's not sailor suit or sailor uniform, it's just sailor." "Well, excuse me, Professor," Aunt Mitzy teased. "Not everyone's had your fancy education," Grandma added, kissing him again and fussing with his hat. But there was no time for grammar debates. The train had arrived and it wouldn't wait. The cars were packed, but a few polite young men, only traveling to the next stop, gave up their seats for the ladies. Once aboard, Grandma crossed herself. Johnny, however, refused to sit inside. He wanted to stand in the corridor with the men. "No, no, little man. You can't stick your head out the window," one of the passengers warned, pulling him back gently. "Mind your own business, ugly," Johnny snapped, wrenching free. He immediately grabbed the brass handrail again and leaned right back out. Before the ugly man could retort, Johnny yanked his head back in with a terrified shriek. "Mommy, Grandma, Auntie, make them stop the train!" He wailed, kicking his feet. "My hat flew off! Stop the train!" Just then, the conductor entered to check tickets. The women presented theirs, explaining that Johnny's had been pinned to his hat, which was now gone. "I swear, I bought it myself," Aunt Mitzy insisted. But rules were rules. No ticket meant a fine and getting kicked off at the next stop. "We did declare it," Mom argued. "How's it the boy's fault if the wind took it?" Grandma added. "I told him not to lean out," the ugly passenger muttered. "Nobody asked you," Aunt Mitzy shot back. In the end, they had to pay for a new ticket. But the real tragedy? Johnny's hat was gone. What would he do in the city, bareheaded with all the shops closed? Luckily, Grandma, ever prepared, pulled a navy beret from her bag. Le Formidable brand, of course. "Does your nose still hurt, sweetheart?" she asked, kissing him. "No? Should Grandma die?" "Yes." "Then give her a kiss so it stops hurting." She adjusted the beret, spitting on it for luck before planting another smooch. "Honestly, he looks even better in this," she declared. "He'd look good in anything," Aunt Mitzy agreed, following the kiss ritual. Meanwhile, Mom pretended to sulk. "Won't you kiss me?" "No, you're fake crying," Johnny called her bluff. "Oh, you're too clever," Mom laughed, pulling out a chocolate bar. "Who wants this? Only good boys who kiss their mommy." A bribe worked, as always. But peace was short-lived. Soon, Grandma shrieked. Johnny had vanished. Panic erupted until frantic knocking came from the restroom. He'd locked himself in and couldn't get out. After a struggle, and another fine, they freed him, smothering him in kisses as if he'd been lost for years. Grandma stationed herself in the corridor to keep an eye on him. But Johnny, ever curious, found a metal lever with a handle. He climbed onto a stranger's suitcase and yanked it. "Sit still, sweetheart, don't break anything," Grandma warned. Too late. A shrill whistle pierced the air, 3 short blasts. The train lurched to a violent halt. Passengers gasped, leaning out the windows and doors. What had happened? Someone had pulled the emergency brake. Inspectors rushed through the cars, checking every alarm cord. And where was the broken seal? Oddly enough, in the exact same car where Johnny's hat had flown off. But who'd done it? Grandma, now dozing, with Johnny in her arms, seemed innocent. The culprit remained a mystery. After a delay, the train finally reached the city. As they stepped onto the platform, Grandma adjusted Johnny's beret and asked once more, "Does your nose still hurt, my love?" Then, kissing him tenderly, she led the way to a waiting carriage. To the boulevard, driver! The boulevard.